بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا Muhammad وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم ما بعد أحبة في الله. The question was asked about homeschooling for Muslim children, and definitely I would say this is not my specialty, but something I do have some experience with, and because I'm also in education. One of the things, without doubt, if someone is able to do homeschooling, then this is fantastic, especially Muslim and non-Muslim children, in fact. And again, that depends on your istita'a, your ability to be able to homeschool your children, the discipline of sticking to a curriculum, sticking to a time frame to complete task, the ability to keep your children focused on tasks, and so on and so forth. So a lot of times homeschooling is usually done by parents. If you can find someone outside, then this is also khair, someone you trust religiously, that have, or at least that you trust as far as their moral values and what they're going to be giving to your children, that they need to be someone who is trustworthy to be with your children, to be alone with your children, whatever the case may be. So those are also things to consider and think about. Likewise, what I noticed in some, like here in Saudi Arabia and some other places, that there is, and in Toronto and other places, that they have some of the places have good networking systems. So other homeschoolers, that they do activities together, that they can network and they can support one another. Those are also things to consider. Being in homeschool, again, this is just general advice that of some of the good of homeschooling. Some of the negative, of course, there's negatives with anything, in that the social interaction can be limited for the children. Number two, the competency of the teacher. If the teacher's not competent to teach subject, if you as a parent are unable to, then you can be doing a disservice to your children. So it's very important to be able to look at all of these, to be able to weigh these things for your personal in accordance with your personal situation and your family. Are you able to be able to deliver that to your children? Because you want your children to have competent knowledge. You want them to have the chance to be the best that they can be and flourish. Some of the other models that I've seen and had some experience with, for example, some Islamic schools actually use a homeschooling curriculum, meaning that in Seattle, where I'm from, in the greater Seattle area, in SeaTac, also the brothers in some of the other, in Seattle directly, that they have adapted a homeschooling model. Or specifically, one of the models is that they have an intensive tahfidh program. It's a full-time Quran school, and in fact, two of my sons have graduated from that. And with that being the case, they were able to memorize the Quran, but the academic side was not that strong. So you have to consider whatever environment. The point being is they also used a home-based curriculum, a home schooling type curriculum and environment, but the competency of the teachers was not always the case as far as the people supervising the young adults and the children and what have you. So that's very important, is competency. So I would just say that whatever decision as a Muslim parent that you decide to take, whatever path that you want competency, competency meaning that people know how to teach those subjects, and that you can get support getting support, I think, is very important for parents, even if they lack in some competency, that they can find support to supplement what they don't know. But this is an excellent way to keep your children in a positive, good environment if you're able to do so, if you're able to devote that time. Stay-home mothers, things like this, or people who have the wealth to be able to bring someone else in, whatever your particular situation is, that this is something positive. But again, it can have negative implications as well. Also, likewise, for those that are Muslim families, you want to be concerned about your Muslim education, so you want to have people who have some fiqh fi deen, that have some understanding of the religion, so that the values and the creed and the other things that they give those children is related to the creed and minhaj that you are upon, meaning the aqeedah of Ahl Sunnati wal Jama'ah bi-idhnillah. So you want people who are competent in the religion, because they are going to transmit that knowledge to your children. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Man yuridullahu bihi khayran yufaqihu fi din." Whenever Allah wants good for a person, gives them understanding of the religion. You want people that have fiqh of this religion, so they impart this fiqh, hopefully, to your children, and your children can have some insight and understanding. I hope that this is helpful, and not just this is definitely departing outside of what we usually talk about, but someone asked and they requested a video, and since I had the time to do something like this, which didn't require a lot of research, then we did the best we can to hopefully share that with you. And we ask Allah the Almighty to accept our good and forgive our evil. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad.